Hello, everybody. I had a question on how do I decide what flowers and greenery, and how do I decide what I'm going to use? Well, basically, I kind of start with like this is going to be the first page of the wedding album that I'm making, and one of many scrapbooks. And I had these two pictures. I really liked them because they kind of show that this is about a wedding, and this is my couple, and they just showed the rings, and then this was a sign going into the reception. And of course, I did the chat GPT. I gave it certain details that I wanted to put in it. So, as for instance, I wanted the wedding date in it, the location, the name of the church. It just so happened that in Idaho that last August, lots of fires, lots of forest fires, lots of fires just outside of Boise, Nampa, and Caldwell. So it was really smoky that day, and I thought, it was a heavy smoke, and I wanted to include that in as a memory. So I just basically said I wanted this location, about something about the smoky skies, but still a beautiful celebration. And then just basically where the reception was going to be, and that marriage is not always an easy thing, that there will be hard times, there will be good times. So I put all that into Chat GPT, and it came up with a really good description. So once I printed it out, it was this big, and I even messed around a little bit with the letter sizing and anything. But anyway, I want to read it to you because it's really kind of cool how ChatGPT is so helpful. It says August 31st, 2024, Nampa, Idaho, St. Paul's Catholic Church. It was a beautiful day despite the smoky skies, a day filled with love, laughter, and promise of forever. Within the sacred walls of St. Paul's Catholic Church, two hearts became one, surrounded by the warmth of family and friends. The celebration continued at the Vintage Rose, where joy, music, and cherished memories filled the air. These scrapbooks hold the moments, the emotions, and the love made this day unforgettable. A testament to the beginning of a lifelong journey together. So I wanted this in here, and I moved it up, and I thought, well, I could put something down here like a pair of rings, but I did really like this here. I could have put it more centered and done something up above and some down below, but I decided that I really liked this layout. And so I always choose a longer, which I don't know that I have anymore, but I chose a longer greenery because I want to fill this space. So I knew I needed something that was pretty long, so I did that here. And then, of course, like the peony, it had its own leaves, so I wanted to make up some of the peonies, plus the peony buds. And then of course, the little berry sprays just really help. So those are good fillers. And so I just kind of start adding from my selection, which I have a ton. So that's why I spend a ton of time just making up this. And I can just grab it and think, okay, which I almost thought about. I could have put something off this way, but sometimes I got to rein myself in and say, I don't think I need that much. But, I could have stuck something in here, but as you can see, I think that's just too much, but it would have worked. So, I just really have a big selection of flowers. And I just kind of feel about, okay, this is the space I have to fill, and that's what determines what I use. And so, these are all different sizes. Of course, I wanted a main floral, or main flower, so this is a nice big size, and it's from Honeybee. As you can see, I've got it right back there. So I always kind of have something that's going to hide all those stems that are coming into the center. But, I could have put this flower here, or this picture up here, and then I would have had just something this way. So I would have thought, okay, I need a long stemmed leaf thing here and a long stemmed leaf thing here with something in the center to cover up those leaves that are, or the stems that come in together in the section in the middle. And then I just kind of lay things down and start adding until I get a nice balance. But this was something different. I hadn't done it yet, so I thought, well, I'm going to do this kind of a layout. But as far as choosing flowers, I'll just pick out some flowers that I want to make. And I'll just make a bunch of them up and in the colors I'm going to be using. And then now I've probably got enough, I've got still all this left, some of these left, a bunch of those still left. I've got more to make up. And still here, I've got enough stuff for layouts for probably another 4 or 5 pages. But I wanted to get my first page here because this is basically the introductory of my scrapbooks. So I really wanted to get this done. I wasn't quite sure what pictures to use. So to me, this really needed to be important as far as I wanted it to look right. And not that I don't feel that way about every page, because I do. But this to me felt like a really good way to start my first page of my scrapbooks. And so here, let's see. I don't know if I can explain, but it's really about getting your pictures chosen. And that's like with this here. I knew I wanted this, and I wanted something about cousins, and then a picture of each of her cousins. So I'm letting the pictures kind of decide what direction I want to go. And then once I get my layout, then I know, okay, this is the section I want to fill in. This is a section. So I'm really I'm a planner, but I'm not a planner as far as drawing, like sketching or anything. I don't do that because to me, it wastes time. And I just like to free whatever you want to call it, free will, whatever you want to call it. I just kind of go for it. So like here, this heart, this is a frame that I cut out, and this was in the section of the center. And then I cut this larger heart out again and then embossed. But I had this extra heart left, and I thought, that would be pretty, because I was initially going to put this love inside of here. But to me, it was just too busy. But I thought, well, why waste that? I can just put it over here. And then from there, that just created another way to do another floral swag or floral arrangement. And so that worked out. I didn't plan it. It just happened. And I just felt I needed something in that corner. So I think for me, I just need to have a bunch of flowers made up. Get my pictures decided, get them matted, kind of play with where I want to put them. And from there, that negates where I'm going to lay my flowers and what kind of leaves I need, what kind of greenery I need, what kind of florals I need. And I always like to have a lot of different shapes. Like this is a long, almost willow branchy looking. And this one I think is kind of like lavenders, some heavier leaves, bigger flower. I like the difference in sizes. So I hope that makes sense. It just all comes out of my mind and how I want it to look. And sometimes I'll be playing around and I'll go, oh, wow, that looks really cool, and not even meaning to do it. So I hope that helps on how I do it. I don't mind spending a couple days just making flowers and making greenery, because then when it comes to time to put together my layouts, I have all this stuff to choose from, and it makes it so much easier. And I may, like today, I did not have the longer, it's actually, I don't have one, but I use it a lot, and I'm trying to think where I put that leaf at. Okay, here it is. I think I just cut it out. I got a mess. I clean up and then I get a new mess again. And this is all my dies for my peonies. But where did I put that? Oh, here it is. So this is from the greenery. And I would say I use this the most because it's a good size. So it's laying in there about like that. So that takes up a lot of good space. And then I can just add in extra things. So this is called Big Branch Ruckus from thegreenery.com. And it is probably one of my favorites. Just putting stuff away. So this one, and I like it. I mean, it will shape this way, and then it turns. Let's see. I think it goes this way here. But I can deal with it not being, oh, it goes here. Oh, in here. Yeah. So anyway, that's what I do. I didn't have those cut out because I used them yesterday on the other layout. So I just cut a couple of these out, inked them real quick, and that's where I started. So I start with some pretty good size greenery to start with, and then I'll just fill in with the smaller ones. And I knew I needed a bigger peony. Of course, I think this one's like a camellia, maybe, which would have been pretty. So that may be on my agenda to make, because this is not the right color. But it may be one I'll make for another layout. So I'll spend some time just working on it. Now here's I think this is another peony. I think they're called open peony, and I'm not sure where that one comes from. But yeah, so that's just what I do. I hope that helps. That one would work, but I really liked the color there. So anyway, I have a picture here for my inspiration to keep me kind of on track as far as colors go, because this is one of the bouquets, and so it really helps me to stay in the right shades color palette. So that is what I do. If I haven't answered a question, just let me know. I'll be posting this here shortly with another time-lapse video. But I guess that's the best I can describe how my little brain works. Yeah. And I had made these thinking, oh, I'd put those in, but then I decided I didn't really like them for this particular one. So it's just really personal preference for me. And I guess I don't have any real super secrets other than just to have a lot of florals cut out. So anyway, I will get this posted. And like I said, I'm always happy to make a video if someone has a question. I'm not super experienced, but I do spend pretty much every day in here for probably 5 to 6 hours. So since starting in the fall of 22 with dies, I've gotten a lot of experience as far as working with them. So I can help a little bit with questions on dies, but I'm kind of new at this. It's just kind of whatever makes me happy is how I put it together. And as I'm looking at this could have been over just a little bit more, but oh well, I'm not going to let it bother me because people are not going to be as critical as I am. So anyway, I'll talk with you all later.